Okay, so on to the next track in Tom's Arctic Notes series, man. It's been such a beautiful series to start, man. Two beautiful songs. For those of you who are only joining us now, I suggest you go back to reactions and watch from the beginning, because I promise you they're beautiful, beautiful song. Tom Bredesen has got a great taste in music. It's very much down my alley, and I think it's very much down a lot of people's alley. It's just beautiful music. So you guarantee to have a great series over here. I can guarantee it now. I'll put my stamp of approval right now on this series before even listening to it, because I know Tom just doesn't let me down with his selection of music. But this one over here is an artist I've never heard on before and never reacted to either. So this is Anna von Hausswolff, von Hausswolff, right? And the song is called Track of Time. So yeah, intriguing. Let's see what we got over here. Let's go. Sound.
You keep troubles in your mind, and you keep them there all the time.
Wow.
And you won't share them apart 'cause of your broken heart. You keep losing your time. You keep losing
a beautiful, beautiful song. I love the instrumentation. Her voice is absolutely beautiful. I do have an idea in terms of this track with regards to the loss of time. I'll obviously give you that shortly, but I did forget to tell you that this artist over here is from Sweden. So yeah, let's carry on. Sounds like a cat bell.
Is a pearl that you share. You share it all the time with people all around, and you can't seem to find time, but you can't seem to find. Tracking your time.
It's a beautiful line. Like, you keep losing it all the time, but you can't seem to track your time, essentially, which is very, very, very true, right? As we live, we're consistently losing time. So what are you filling that time with? What's in the gap over there, right? And the thing is that what we actually do as human beings, we tend to like worry in advance of things. Right, so we waste our time worrying in advance, and I know it's just a human nature thing. I do it. Everyone does it. It's not something that it's not to talk down to anybody. Everyone does it. Obviously, we're all humans. Where we actually, it's crazy. Where we'll spend time worrying about stuff to the point of like not being productive, to the point of us to actually debilitating us. Actually, allow like it's so heavy sometimes when you worry ahead of time for something and you have that level of anxiety that it can literally just stop you in your tracks of doing anything. Right? So, and while you're doing that, you just start losing time, where you could be filling your time with something positive that can actually benefit you, that can add to that problem in a good way, right? But we stop because we feel like, oh, well, no, it's like we like deers in the headlights, and we're like, oh, well, this is too much. It's like, yeah, okay, it's too much. Life is too much. Life is fucking suffering. We get it. But push on, right? Easier said than done, for sure, absolutely. But that's the thing, is that what we don't realize is time is currency. It's so much more valuable than money itself. So much more valuable. You'd rather spend money than spend your time, right? So if it's things that don't benefit you in any way, it's those kind of things that need to be pushed to the side, and you should be using your time on things that absolutely do benefit you. We're also going to have a lot of adversities coming up. You know what I mean? That's life. Something's always around the corner. There's no need to be worrying in advance of something you cannot control that can come up later on. Like, what's the point of actually worrying about that? Why? You know, if there's enough travesty in life, there's enough strife in life that is going to come around at some point in your life. And why worry in advance of that? If you are in this moment right now and the travesty isn't there right now, why don't you just enjoy right now? Enjoy the moment right now. You don't need to be depressed and anxious in advance of something that's not even at you yet. Right? It's not even at you, you're just anxious. Some people are like literally chronically anxious. Some people are chronically depressed, right? And that might have, yes, some clinical situations there, but the majority of people, it's not. We've decided to create more mental illnesses than there are. Everything's a mental illness today. There's no free will, there's no control, there's no freedom of choice, nothing. Everything's a mental illness. If you can't do that, it's a mental illness. Do you know what I mean? And that's the actual fucking problem. And that kind of mindset puts you in a space where you always and consistently are worrying about things in ahead of time. You're literally worrying in advance of something where it literally debilitates you right now, where you do nothing right now, which inevitably brings that darkness, inevitably brings that travesty closer to you much faster. Like, you don't need to do that, right? But yeah, like I say, it's easier said than done for some people. Some people are stronger, some people are weaker. Let's carry on.
Your time, you lose it all the time. You lose it all the time. You lose it all the time.
It's fleeting, man. I love that. I won't pause right now, but I love that line. You're losing all the time, keep track of time. Hey, should I pull out mine? Okay, let's do it. Let's pull out mine. I've got this instrument. Let's go. Let's see. Right. Yep, still can't play it. Let's go. Actually, I think that's an accordion.
a pearl that I share it with you. It's a pearl that I share it with you. That time I share it with you. The time, so I lose
track of time. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. So I'm trying very hard to actually not stop the tracks that much. So obviously I'll just collate my thoughts in my mind and try and sort of comprehensively in somewhat way and coherently, if I can, express my sort of feelings for the song and give you my interpretation of the song. But I'm trying I'm going to try to not pause as much. I know that especially with, music like this, it really takes away from it. And a couple of people have said that if you could just let it play out a little bit more, which I agree with, right? We can do that sometimes. When I have a thought in my head, I just pause and stuff like that, and I'm not actually thinking about sort of like the flow of it and how that's very disruptive when someone's trying to listen to the music. So we'll try and do that differently. We'll try and do it for this series as well, and you guys tell me whether you prefer that as well. So I'll still say what I have to say. And I'll try and see if I can combine everything and combine my thoughts as much as possible. But this over here is absolutely beautiful. I love the idea of like time is fleeting, time is going, right? But I'm always losing track of time, and I feel like everybody feels like that. I feel like, yes, we know time's going because like I wake up the one day and I'm 30 and I wake up the next day and I'm almost 40. So time's going, and I'm losing track of time, because if I at least had track of time, I could at least putting value on my day, right? And putting value on my years, essentially. And the last thing you want to end up with is being at the end of your life, which will go like this, and realizing that you've lost track of time to such a degree that you landed up with a plethora of nothing days, right? Because you didn't keep your finger on the pulse of that, and that's important. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think down below, and I will catch you on the very next one. Peace.